Broadcasting
worldwide.
This
is From the Third Eye. Now,
here's your host,
Hunter Parker.
Welcome everybody to another edition, of From the Third Eye. I'm Hunter Parker, your host as always. And today we have a jam-packed show for you today. We might even go the full 30 minutes today. I can't guarantee that, but we'll do our best because I have a lot to cover today. Today I'm going to give you guys a general overview of how Altervista works, from signing up to what do you do if you forget your password and all that kind of stuff, because a couple people have asked me about it in the past, and they were a little confused of how to sign up for the service, because by default it wants you to sign up for a WordPress hosted account, and they weren't sure how to switch it to a regular account without actually setting up the account and then switching it. So I'm going to tell you all of that today. Plus, towards the end of the show today, I have a couple tips for you regarding a couple different services, which includes 11 Labs, which is a service you can use to create voiceovers using AI. I might have discussed them briefly before. And another one is groups.io, which is a email list service. I have a couple tips for you on those services that I want to share at the end of the show. So there will be no bashing zone today because we probably won't have time. Anyhow, so we'll get into the show here. So the first thing is how to sign up for Altervista. So it is a little confusing. There used to be a long time ago a link you could click on the main page that you could switch it from WordPress hosting to regular web hosting, where you have full access to the account and you can upload your HTML pages or whatever you're doing. That is not there as far as I know. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to tell you how to get started with all that here on the show. So all you need to do first is to go to en.altervista.org. And why do I say en first? Well, that's English. If you just go to altervista.org, that is their main site, which is in German. Although nowadays browsers can translate pages into English, so you could, in theory, go to altervista.org without the en part, and it should know to translate it to English. Sometimes it doesn't do that, sometimes it does, so you're better off just going to en first, en.altervista.org for the English version. Once you're on there, right on the main page, there's a box you can type in your domain you want. So obviously, if you're using their service, you'll probably want to use their subdomain unless you want to pay for a domain. So for example, let's say your subdomain is going to be, what's a good one? We'll just say your subdomain is going to be example.altervista.org. So you'll type in example, and then right when you're done typing, it should pop up results of the different domains you can use. So it'll also pop up, the first one will be their free subdomain, example.altervista.org. Most likely it will be available. And it'll say €0, because they charge in euros if you pay for any services, which is roughly about the same in US dollars, maybe a few cents more, but there's roughly about the same. Although €0, $0, that all means the same thing. It'll say free forever, and then you would hit choose to choose that subdomain. Now, if you continue looking, it will show a .com, a .net, .org, all the paid ones you can purchase as well. So you've selected your domain, example.altervista.org. Now you're taken to the actual sign-up page. Now, to switch it to classic web hosting instead of WordPress, unless you want to use WordPress, the easiest way to do that is to go to your address bar in your browser and look at the address that's there. It may look kind of weird with all different characters in there, like question marks and things like that. The part you're looking for is where it says AC type equals blog. AC type means account type, of course. By default, it's on blog, which is WordPress. If you want to change it to web hosting, regular web hosting, where you have full control over your pages and things, erase the word blog, keep AC type equals, but don't get rid of that. Just get rid of the word blog and type in the word hosting, hosting, and hit enter. That will switch it to hosting. The form itself is the same. It asks for your first and last name, email address. It asks you to enter your email address twice. The year you were born, and it also asks you to check the box agreeing to their terms of service, solve the Google CAPTCHA, and then hit proceed. If you do all that successfully, it will submit. It will send you an email confirmation saying your registration was received, and it will be reviewed by AI automated systems within the next few minutes. Within 12 hours, you'll receive the link to activate your site. It doesn't take 12 hours usually. It only takes maybe an hour. Now, depending on the subdomain you chose, the AI system may get confused and think it's malicious content. That does happen sometimes. If that happens, you'll get an email letting you know that it was blocked. To get around that, all you need to do is reply to that email, and it'll automatically be set to go to the proper email address. Reply to the email, and in the message just say all information is correct and briefly explain what you're using the account for, and then send it. And that will allow a human person to look it over and approve it and send you the activation link. That may take some time. They have up to 7 days to do that. It usually doesn't take that long. Although if you're doing it on a weekend, I can guarantee you're not going to hear anything probably till Monday. But they will usually approve it, no problem out as well. Mostly the automated system will approve them, no problem. So once that happens, you'll get an email with a link you'll need to click on to activate your account. Once you click on that link, don't hit anything after that. It takes a couple minutes for it to fully activate and refresh to your main dashboard. So it's not going to do it like within seconds. It takes it a little bit to do that, so just be patient. Once that's done and you're logged in automatically to the dashboard, you'll get an email saying that your account was active, and it'll give you your username, which is usually the first part of your subdomain, and then your temporary password that you can change. Now, speaking of changing things, let's say you want to change your password. So you know how to sign up now. Once you activate your account and you're already logged in, it will take you to a page. It asks you to like them on Facebook or whatever. You can just skip that if you want, hit continue, and then you'll be taken to the main dashboard. To change your password from the default one that they gave you, or if you just want to change it in general, all you need to do is click on Profile in your dashboard. Now, this is only for regular hosting. I'm not going to explain how to do it for WordPress because I don't use WordPress. I don't really like WordPress, so you can figure that out on your own. But for regular hosting, you hit Profile, go to the section that says Modify Access Data to Control Panel, Forum, and FTP. So it'll ask you to enter your current password. So if you are using the default password, just paste that in there again, enter your new password twice, and hit change password. Once you do that, it will log you out automatically for security reasons, so you'll need to log back in. Now that explains the part of logging in. How do you log in? Well, you can either go to the Altervista's main page and hit login, or you can go directly to aa.altervista.org. That's the login page. The cool thing about Altervista that I like is it remembers your username automatically. Now, if you have more than one account, you can just click on the account you want to log into. All you need to do is enter your password. It remembers your username, so you don't have to enter that. So just enter your password and hit sign in, and you'll be signed into the dashboard. Now, What if you forget your password? Well, that's pretty easy as well. On the login page, where underneath the sign-in button is a link that says forgot password, or you can go to aa.altervista.org/password-recovery.php. I guess hitting forgot password probably is easier, but goes to the same place. All you need to do on that page is enter your full website address. You don't have to do http:// or whatever. Just the subdomain, and then hit recover. Once you do that, you'll get an email with a link you'll need to click on to reset your password. Once you click on that link, another email is sent to you with your new temporary password. So again, like when you signed up, you can then log in and change it to whatever you want. So that's how you reset your password if you need to. The next thing on the list as far as that goes is how to connect to FTP. So FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. It's a way you can upload your web pages to your website from your computer. You'll need an FTP client in order to use FTP. There's many of them out there. FileZilla is a good one. They're free. WinSCP is another good one. That's free as well. I like WinSCP better than FileZilla, but they all work pretty much the same. You can get the details to your FTP login in the welcome email you get after you activate your account. You can also see it in your dashboard as well, but I'll give them to you here to give you an example. Your FTP host name will always be FTP dot and then whatever your subdomain is. Your port, if it asks for a port, you can usually leave it at 21, which is default, or nothing. Sometimes it'll accept nothing. And then your username and password is the same username and password you use to log into the control panel, the dashboard on the website. So that's kind of how that goes. And then all your website files will be there. By default, it puts a default homepage on there, which isn't even in English, but basically just says coming soon. You can obviously get rid of that and put your own content there. The last thing I'm going to talk about is deleting your account with Altervista. So let's say you don't want it anymore, or you're not hosting your website anymore, or whatever the case is, or you're moving somewhere else, like to Tinker Host or something like that. It's pretty easy to remove your account, and you don't need to do much work to do that. You can either go to aa.altervista.org/account-delete.php, or the easier way to do it, when you're logged in, go to your profile where you changed your password at, and then go to the section that has a link to cancel your account. That takes you to the same page. It doesn't matter how you do it. On that page, you're going to need to put in your full web address like you did when you reset your password, so your subdomain and your password, and then select a reason why you're leaving. You can select whatever you want. If you select the option at the end that says other, then a box will pop up asking you to type in a reason, which is optional. The reason is optional. The extra comment, if you select other, you don't have to put anything if you don't want, but you can. But the reason itself, the drop down menu you get to first, you have to select something and then hit delete. Once you do that, a page will pop up showing the account that you're deleting. It'll ask you to enter your password again for verification. Then there's a box that you need to check that says, I authorize the deletion of this account. I understand that by doing so, it'll remove all content, blah, blah, blah. And then once you check that box, hit delete again, and then it will send you an email that contains a link you'll need to click on to confirm your request. Once you click on that link, your request is confirmed and your account is scheduled for deletion. Now, there's a time frame with that. If you've created your account within the previous 72 hours, so within the first 3 days of you creating your account and you deleted it, it says it will be deleted in 24 hours, but that usually happens sometimes within 15, 20 minutes. If you've created it after that time, then the account will be deleted fully in 10 days. Not 10 business days, 10 days total. And you'll get an email once the account has fully been deleted to let you know. If you change your mind and you want to cancel the request before it has been fully deleted, if you've saved that confirmation email you got with the link, there's a link at the bottom of that email that will cancel the request and keep your account. But once that account is deleted, after the time period, depending on how long it's been since you created the account, you will not be able to do that, and all information and stuff is removed and deleted. And your subdomain will be freed up again to be used by somebody else later, so that's another thing to keep in mind too. So that's pretty much how Altervista works. If you have any questions with your account, the best way to get in touch with somebody is through their forums. You can find the link to their forums on their website, and it uses your Altervista login to access the forums. So you'll just log in with your Altervista account like you normally would, and it will allow you to post a question on their forums. And they're pretty good at getting back to you pretty quickly usually. So that's one good way to get help if you need it. Now, before we run out of time, I have a couple tips for you regarding 11 Labs and Groups.io. So let's start with 11 Labs. Now, let's say you're using 11 Labs to create voiceovers and whatever, and let's say you decide you don't want to use 11 Labs anymore, or you haven't used them in a while and you want to delete your account. Don't just delete your account yet until you hear what I have to say, because if you do, it blocks your email address from ever being used again on a new account. So I'm going to tell you a way to get around that in case you want to sign up again with your current email address, whether it's Gmail or whatever you're using. They don't tell you this, but I'm going to tell it to you. So just stay tuned. So what do? Well, you need to free up your email address is essentially what you're doing. So the easiest way to get around that is to change your email address on your account to a new address, and to make it more secure and make it so when that account is deleted and you can't use that address anymore, it won't really matter because you won't even remember what the address was. So we're going to use Simple Login in this case. So let's assume you have an account with Simple Login already. Log into your account and then create a random alias. So hit the button that says Create Random Alias. It will create an email alias that is totally random with all kinds of weird words and characters that you'll never remember a day in your life. Copy that address. Go into 11 Labs, go to your profile and change your email address to that new alias. So paste it in there and change it. It might send you an email asking you to click on a link to confirm that you want to carry out this operation to change your email address. That will get sent to your current address on your account. Once you do that, then you can change your email, and then it'll ask you to verify the change at the new address. It's just an extra layer of security that they do that sometimes. Once the address is changed, then you can delete your account with 11 Labs, which means you're not able to create an account with that alias address ever again, which is fine because you can then go into Simple Login, delete the alias address, and it'll never be able to be used again ever. So at that point, if you sign up for 11 Labs again, you can use your Gmail account again, for example, because that address has been freed up from the change. It hasn't been deleted necessarily, meaning blocked. So if you change your address to a random alias that you'll never remember, you can use your current email address again on a new account later. So check that out. I know it works. I've tried it, and it's foolproof. So check that out. The last thing, Groups.io. If you delete a group that you have created with Groups.io, typically you're not able to use the group email address ever again. to create a new group. Well, let's say you want to use it again later, but obviously if you just delete the group, then you're not able to do that. The only way you'd be able to do that is if you contact their support team and ask them to release it, and then you could use it again. But why bother them with that when you can just use this quick and easy way to free up the name so you can use it again later? Now, they actually tell you this in their help documentation when you get to the part of deleting a group. It does tell you this. That's how I learned it, is if you want to be able to use the group name again, the easiest way to do that is to change the group email address in your group settings to some random nonsense thing that doesn't make any sense that you'll never remember. So change it to just some random words and letters and characters and whatever. Save the changes. That'll be changed. You can then delete the group, which means that random name you selected can never be used again, which is fine because you'll never remember what you typed in the first place. So there you go. You can then create a new group in the future with the old name that you used because that name has been freed up based on the change. So there's a couple tips for you on those services. If you like what you've heard and or if you have any questions related to anything that I have shared, you can check out the official From the Third Eye website, which is back on Altervista and is fully functional now. The only thing that might not work yet is the contact page. I'm still I haven't had time to fix that, to put the current form on there. But everything else works on the website. So if you want to check it out, you can go to From the Third Eye, all spelled out, .altervista, ALTERVISTA.org. That's fromthethirdeye.altervista.org. You can go there, check out the site. You can contact me there as well if you have any questions or comments. As far as the station, I know a lot of people probably have been wondering about the station. That's on hold right now due to a mistake that I made the other day with Altervista. They don't allow streaming stations or whatever, apparently, and I didn't know that. So I've put the station on hold for now until I can figure out where to go with it and whatnot. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But check out the website. Like I said, it's there. Everything works except the contact page, although probably by the time you guys are listening to this show, it will be working. So, nonetheless, check it out, fromthethirdeye.altervista.org. With all that said, thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys in a couple weeks with another episode of From the Third Eye, and I will tell you now that on next show, we're going to experiment with something. A listener suggested that I do a little tease of what's coming up on the episode at the beginning of the show and then get into the show. Never really thought of doing that, but sounds interesting, and we'll try it out, see how it goes. Which means I'm probably going to redo the intros for the show for that to make it a little bit easier and whatnot. So check that out. That'll be coming on the next show in 2 weeks. So thank you again for tuning in. I'm Hunter Parker, and we'll see you guys next time.